When the trailer for Project X, a found-footage party movie, was released, most people didn't really know what to make of it. It could have been great or it could have been terrible. So I talked to the 3 stars of the movie on the phone to ask them what they thought about the found-footage aspect, the comparisons to Superbad, and a couple more things, so check it out. Alright guys, do me a favor and tell me who I'm talking to so that everybody watching knows.
Yeah, my name's Thomas Mann, and I play Thomas Cub in the movie. My name's Oliver Cooper, and I play Costa. I'm Jonathan Daniel Brown, and I play JB.
Okay, how did you guys get your parts? Have you been acting for a while, or is this your first time acting? Give me a little background on that.
This is my first movie. I did an open call over the internet, actually. I don't know, I just had a friend give me an audition, just like, I think we all, we all just ended up having to audition, really. That's, yeah. And then by the end of it, we had gone in, 8 or 9 times.
Right. Now, because this is a YouTube show, of course I have to ask, how was it working with YouTuber Daxflame?
He is one of the most fascinating people. There is nobody like Daxflame on this planet. He was a really good dude, very quiet and keeps to himself and does his own thing and seems very confident in his, what he's doing. And is not trying to, he's not trying to be anybody or impress anyone. He just does his own thing, and but he's also very smart and has extremely comedic abilities. Yeah, and I think you're gonna see a lot more of him. One thing that's fascinating about him is while I was jamming hot dogs on my eating whatever craft service had to offer, he was asking questions about them, the camera and how everything worked. He was very interested in everything. Yeah, it's tough to notice sometimes that when he's in character and when he's not, which is a pretty incredible thing.
Have you seen his videos on YouTube?
Of course, yeah.
Gotcha. Now, had you known about him beforehand, or did you just meet him now and you didn't know about him beforehand?
I knew about Dax. Yeah, I had heard of him. Yeah, because he doesn't really make videos much anymore, but you're right, right when YouTube was getting big, he was really big. I remember watching some of his videos. I didn't know. I didn't know who he was, but I watched his videos before when I first met him.
Now, when I first saw this trailer, I thought it looked like a Superbad type of comedy. What do you guys think about that? Did you channel Superbad at all, or did you try to shy away from it?
No, I don't think we were trying to, what was the word you used?
Channel.
Yeah, I don't think we were trying to channel anything. I think we just wanted to feel real and feel like we were really friends, but yeah, a lot of I guess it could be compared to 3 friends. Comedy. Superbad is so new, and I think that's the thing. But if you go back and you look at John Hughes movies and teen comedies, it's every teen comedy steals from it's the same plot. Losers trying to make a name for themselves. So I think that's I don't know. We invited Molly Ringwald, but she couldn't attend.
Oh man, that would have been cool.
Yeah, I definitely tried to. I didn't want to be anything like that, Yeah, I don't think that, it wasn't oh my god, Superbad was so funny, we should try and be like Superbad, No, Superbad's a good movie, but I think Project X does stand on its own in a very, specific way. It's not a ton of, big jokes where you're trying to land punchlines.
Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely think that it stands on its own, like you said, and that being said, obviously the other thing that people immediately notice is this is a found footage party movie, which is definitely interesting. What do you think makes this stand out from other found footage movies, aside from the fact that it's a party movie?
Well, I think what was really cool about Nima's style, as well as our director of photography, Ken Sang, is he basically, what Nima did was he wanted everything to look a very specific, frenetic, and chaotic way. I think a lot of found footage movies rely on the gimmick that, a guy's holding it and shake, shakety. We specifically had things plotted and staged and filmed in a way it was very stylized. Yeah, it's unlike any other sort of found footage film I think we've seen. I think the biggest thing that people are going to be really surprised at, and I don't know how many people are fans of Nima's music videos and commercials and stuff, but he's got such a artistic eye and very unique. And this movie is way people I think are watching the trailers, and a lot of people are maybe thinking this is going to be a broad comedy, but really it's very stylistic for a comedy. I think more so than any other movie I can think of. There aren't a lot of comedies that are as visually stimulating funny as this movie is.
Did you guys really jump off the roof? It looked like you guys really did. I would have been terrified. How did you guys do that?
Stuntman.
Okay, it was stuntman. I wasn't sure. It looked really good. Once again, everything looked really good, and I loved the movie. By the way, I thought it was hilarious. But it definitely looked like you guys really did, and I was just thinking to myself, I would not have been able to do that. Okay, would you have been able to do that? You think if they let you, or were you not interested in that?
I asked, no. Yeah, our stunt coordinator. You really jumped off? Hell yeah. Our stunt coordinator, Alan Graff, I asked him, he's a funny guy. He's super tough, big guy. Been doing stunts for forever. And stroking. Yeah, I asked him, do you think I could, try? Because it was into a fancy house. I'm like, I'll probably live, I'm not going to, but I guess, they can't take that risk.
Were there any scenes that were cut out of the movie that you shot that you wish made it in, anything hilarious or crazy or anything like that?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know. There was one scene. Looking back on it, I watched the movie the other day, I hadn't seen it in a while. There was a scene that I did that where I cried and kind of told people I was full of shit. I told these guys I was full of shit. And I thought that would help my character become a little bit more because he's such a dick the whole movie.
Right.
Yeah, it was a really cool scene. It would have been a different feel for the movie, but it was cool because it gave him a chance to sort of could redeem himself. Yeah, and it showed, that he had a softer side. That's it when there's flamethrowers and shit's on fire and the house is breaking. Right. Yeah, you don't have time for you don't have time for this Maury Povich moment.
All right, thank you guys very much for talking to me.
Means a lot to me.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
And there you go. Those were the 3 leads from Project X. I totally agree with them about all the stuff that they said about the fact that this movie is totally stylized and that it kind of stands on its own from Superbad and stuff like that. If you'd like to see my full review of Project X, you can click the link in the info. Thanks a lot for watching, and that's pretty much it.